You know, the theme of the show today kind of has been when you see evil, speak it, and have a spine and stand up. Hobby Lobby has constantly been under attack for their belief as a Christian-based company. They try to do the right thing. Government has tried to force them to pay for abortions, and they said no. They fought back. They've won 2 court cases.
Well, we've
two court cases. This is the president of Hobby Lobby, Steve Green, and should be known as an American hero for having a spine and saying, freedom of conscience. This is what we believe, and we're not going to cross the line. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just get the normal stuff out of the way. You're still going on to fight. You're suing the federal government. Where does this stand?
We have gotten an injunction at the local level. The 10th Circuit had ruled that a company can exercise religious freedoms, and then sent the decision for an injunction to the lower court. So the local judge gave us the injunction. So those would be the 2 wins. Until we got those, we had lost several times within the court. And so
you're being fined $1 million a day, right?
Well, the fine would be $1.3 million if you were to take the $100 a day for every person that's on our plan. So with 13,000 lives on our plan at $100 a day, that's $1.3 million a day that we could be fined if it applies to all of those 13,000 employees or people, because not all of those are employees. And so right now we're waiting for the government to appeal the 10th Circuit decision to the Supreme Court, and that has been their intention when we were at the lower court. That's what they said they would do if we were given the injunction, which we were. So,
was there ever any time, at any time, that you went or that you were advised, Steve, don't do this. It will destroy the whole thing. You'll destroy the whole company. And then, this is the trick, and then you won't be able to do any good.
You know, we have not heard that directly. We have our legal counsel that knows our position, and when the Supreme Court made the ruling that it was a tax, he wanted to let us know there's a issue that's coming down the pike that I know you as a family would not agree with. So because he knew where we stood, he's not making that advice because he knew that's not going to go anywhere. So our family sat down and basically had the discussion. Here's the issue, and do we realize what the potential impact is of that issue, and what is our decision? And
how are
it was
the kids?
A unanimous decision.
How are the kids?
You know, they're good. I think that there's a certain comfort that we have that when things are not in our control, that it's in God's control, and in that sense, we're in good hands.
So did you all as a family get together and pray on it and say, Lord, this is our business and we can lose it, but we dedicate it to you and we know where you would stand on this? Is that how you did it?
I'd like to say that there was a lot of prayer, but there wasn't. We did come together, my brother's house, and we had my parents, me, my brother, and my sister, and all of our kids were there, and everybody got to share. And then when it was all over, basically said, it was pretty much unanimous, we know what we can't do. It's not like you need to pray about, do you do what's wrong? That was somewhat obvious. And so unanimously said, we don't know what we're going to do, but we do know what we won't do. We won't take life.
Why aren't more companies like that?
You know, I think there are a lot out there. We hear from a lot that are very grateful for the stand that we take because they don't feel like they can, and they are rooting for us, praying for us, and we appreciate that. But then there are a lot of people out there that are just very secular. It's just a business, and they're out there to make money, and if the government says they have to pay for it, they will. But we're encouraged that there's a lot that...
Do you ever say, well, guys, I mean, I appreciate that you're praying for me, but, you know, why don't you stand? You ever felt at all, you know, I'm on the wall here taking all the slings and arrows.
Yeah. And there's a lot out there, I'm sure, that should be doing that. There are a lot that are. I think there's 60 to 70 cases out there right now. But you could argue there should be a whole lot more.
So what do you, besides doing the right thing, because I know you pay your employees $14 an hour. There's no law telling you to pay.
And that's starting.
Yeah,
I mean, that's entry level.
That's $14 an hour. That's your minimum wage is $14 an hour.
Their treatment of employees is phenomenal.
I know. And we have found we have the best health insurance. We pay people top of the line. I mean, we're not paying Al Jazeera money, but we pay people right. We try to treat them right, and we see a direct benefit. Explain why you pay people $14 an hour.
Well, I know that was one of the decisions my father has said he was most excited about of anything that we have done for our employees, was to start increasing that minimum wage for starting an employee. And I can't say that I went back and I looked for the first 4 years. We increased it, started at $9, then we went to 10, 11, and 12. We're at 14 today. But in the first 4 years, I went back and I looked at our store profits. And in those 4 years, the store profit doubled in that 4-year period. And I can't say that it was all credited to that, but I can say that was part of why, because we have better people, we don't have the turnover, more loyal, and it has been a great benefit, and we were excited about being able to do that for our employees.
Because I told you a story before we went on the air. I have shopped at your store more this last year than I ever have. I mean, honestly, I can tell you where everything is in every aisle, because we have made a choice as a family. You've stuck your neck out. We're going to stand with you in what little we can do. Buying race car kits and frames and everything else. But we have done that. Do you think that has played a role in anyone else? Have you seen customers say, yes, we're coming in because of this?
We do. We have people that have actually wanted to become employees because they know of our stand, and I'm sure there are a lot of customers that have done the same thing because they appreciate the stand that we take.
You're on tomorrow with David Barton on this network, 5 o'clock. See you then. Back in a minute.